Let's dive right into something totally fascinating today. We spend a lot of time on this explainer breaking down historical events and complex data, but right now, we're stepping into the wild, esoteric realm to decode what I call a cosmic resume. We're looking at a highly specific, super detailed profile of an extraterrestrial entity found in modern spiritual literature. And honestly, whether you look at this as literal truth, modern mythology, or just top-tier sci-fi world-building, the sheer level of detail here is absolutely captivating. It's this wild window into how esoteric texts blend space-age concepts with ancient human history.
So we're anchoring ourselves in Ryuho Okawa's book, Messages from Outer Space, and we are zooming in on Chapter 6. This section of the original Japanese text outlines an interview with a very specific soul originating from the Pleiadian star system. The author presents this as a direct, spiritual channeling, not fiction. So we're going to take the claims from this chapter, extract the data, and build out a structured profile so we can really understand the narrative they're constructing.
To do that, we'll break this cosmic resume into 4 parts. Meet the Cosmic Trader, the Ancient Security Treaty, cataloging alien spacecraft, and earthly reincarnations and disciples.
Okay, Section 1. Meet the Cosmic Trader, a cosmic profession like no other.
Just take a second to appreciate the juxtaposition here, mixing mundane corporate terms with this epic cosmic existence. The text literally defines this entity as an interstellar trading company employee, right? Instead of some ethereal being just floating endlessly in the void, this Pleiadian is basically described as a cosmic logistics manager. The text points out that the Pleiades star system heavily emphasizes the concepts of love and development. So this entity's actual job is to facilitate the exchange of goods, vital resources, and crucial information between completely different star systems. It's just a really fascinating way to ground the vastness of space into a totally relatable, almost bureaucratic human framework.
But look, this job is definitely not just about moving space cargo. The text outlines some massive earthly impacts attributed to these beings, framing them as highly active participants in human affairs. They aren't just distant observers. The book notes this entity shares a home planet with a Pleiadian woman featured earlier in the text, giving us some nice universe continuity. Now, this trader also claims that extraterrestrials are directly involved behind the scenes of Earth's ethnic conflicts and religious disputes, purportedly to guide human development. And on a surprisingly localized level, the text mentions this entity was actively exploring recruiting human candidates directly from the people of Okinawa, Japan. It paints Earth as this bustling frontier market for cosmic traders.
Moving on to Section 2, the Ancient Security Treaty, Earth's Interstellar Defense Pact.
According to the lore, this interstellar relationship is definitely not a recent development. The text explicitly states that roughly 7,000 years ago, which it fascinatingly aligns with the ancient Inca period, the Pleiadians and Earth signed a formal security treaty to defend the planet from malevolent forces. Again, we're seeing this incredible use of modern legal and political terminology applied to ancient mythology. This was a binding, legalistic defense pact created specifically to protect a young, developing humanity.
And this sets up the central conflict beautifully. I mean, why did Earth even need a security treaty 7,000 years ago? Well, on one side, we have the Pleiadians, our interstellar traders acting as peacekeepers and cultural developers. On the other side is the stated threat, the Altair reptilians. The source material describes these beings as, and I quote, extremely ferocious, lizard-type reptilians originating from a companion star in the Altair system. So the text crafts this grand, binary cosmic drama, the refined, trade-focused Pleiadians stepping in to provide a literal security umbrella for Earth against violent, predatory forces.
Which brings us to Section 3, cataloging alien spacecraft, the Pleiadian fleet. If you've ever wondered why UFO sightings involve so many different shapes, this text actually offers a highly structured explanation for that. It categorizes the Pleiadian fleet into 3 distinct shapes based on function. The massive motherships, cigar-shaped. The medium transport or operational ships, submarine style. And the small, localized scouting ships are your classic dish shapes. It's literally an inventory list for signing out a company vehicle. By breaking down advanced alien tech into this neat, bureaucratic table, the author gives us a tangible understanding of how this cosmic trading company physically operates out there in the galaxy.
Okay, final section. Earthly reincarnations and disciples. Spiritual deployments on the ground.
So the lore doesn't just keep this alien up in space. It weaves them directly into the fabric of human history through reincarnation. 7,000 years ago, they're in this cosmic military capacity, signing the treaty during the Inca period. But as humanity develops, their role completely shifts.
During antiquity, the soul purportedly reincarnates on Earth to serve as a disciple of the legendary Hermes. Later in ancient India, the text claims they reincarnated to become a disciple of the Buddha. And, in a highly specific detail, their most recent past life was said to be in Germany, acting as a close friend who supported the great writer Goethe. This perfectly highlights the Pleiadian tendency to foster arts and culture while swooping in like a hero during crises. The timeline maps a deliberate shift from a military defender to a spiritually involved patron of earthly culture. This single page from the original table of contents really says it all. It seamlessly transitions from discussing the shapes of motherships and lizard-type reptilians straight into claims of reincarnating as disciples of Hermes and Buddha. It's this stunning blend of sci-fi taxonomy and historical theology. Our goal in this explainer isn't to validate these claims, right? It's just to impartially highlight how this source meticulously links alternative extraterrestrial history with the foundational figures of major world religions.
Which leaves us with a pretty profound question to chew on. Regardless of what you personally believe about this text, it forces us to ask, why do so many esoteric texts attempt to trace humanity's greatest spiritual milestones back to the stars? What is it about human nature and our search for meaning that drives us to look up at the night sky and see not just distant suns, but our spiritual ancestors, our interstellar protectors, and our cosmic trading partners? It's a real testament to the boundless nature of human imagination. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I will catch you in the next explainer.